Good day and welcome back to the channel. And we are now at an English heritage site. It's Buildwas Abbey. It's monitored by Regent Parking on behalf of English Heritage, and it's only £2. Yep. And Buildwas Abbey is in the glorious Shropshire. Just get the sun in front of me instead of behind me. Lovely drive down here. Extremely peaceful, as you'd expect, right in the countryside of Shropshire. Let's get into the Abbey and have a good look around. It's quite remarkable, this place. Obviously historical. Let's see what the monks used to get up to, shall we? Gorgeous day though. There we go. Buildwas Abbey is a Cistercian monastery. There's all the information you need about it. If you wish to stop the video, read all this. I heard about the Cistercians originating in central France in the late 11th century. The Cistercian order was the most successful monastic reform movement of the Middle Ages. There's a map. We are there. And there's a list of the rooms, or what's left of them. As I pan the camera up, just get a load of that. Incredible. Let's have a look around inside so we can see, and if we can identify any places. There's obviously plenty of signs in there telling you all about the history, how it came about, and probably what happened to it. This is an awful nice place for monks to live. It is beautiful, remarkable stonework, absolutely stunning. Let's get in and wander around, well, wherever we can anyway. Beautiful grounds. Tara's loving it because there's open space and there's no traffic. Not keen on cars, is our Tara. Look at that. It'll look well when they put the windows in, Pie Master says. Do you know, I think you're right. I want to be the salesman that sells them to him. Look at that wall, good grief, man. The archways. Incredible. I mean, how ornate is the stonework? That's glorious. So you don't build anything like this anymore, do they? Well, the council tax would be on a property like this. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Gorgeous day. Absolutely incredible. Here we have plenty of these placards. This was obviously the church. Built between 1150 and 1190, the church was used by the monks and lay brothers for their communal worship of God. Plenty of information there, and here all the info about the decline of the lay brothers. In 1350 there would have been very few, if any, lay brothers at Buildwas. Improvements in the spiritual care of lay people, the Black Death, and changes in the way of Cistercians manage their economy. Well, if you can read all that, jolly good luck to you. I can't wait to go down and explore. What a beautiful sight. And as I say, in the middle of the beautiful Shropshire countryside. Peaceful. Wow. Look at these stone pillars. Through the ages they've eroded Remarkable stonework though. Let's get down to the end of the church and have a little gander. Whoa, how's that for an archway? See, we're blocking the sun out so I don't get a shitload of camera flare. So, unfortunately, we can't go in here. Well, they're conserving it, and they're carrying out surveys of the stone walk towards the top of the Abbey. So yeah, for health and safety reasons, it's not advisable to go into there. What a shame, because I did would like to have gone in and had a good look. Fascinating. It's nice that they're conserving it though as best they can, keeping the story of England alive. England, rule Britannia. Britannia rules the waves. Right, Palmer just run off with Tara. That's a hell of a sight, that, isn't it? Imagine the size of it when it was first built. Just imagine the size. Let's pop round the corner because there's more interesting things around there to see. This is where prayer used to take place. There's two of these little rooms. As you can see, we've got part of a stairwell there. You just come all the way down here, obviously, and this is where they would come, say their private prayers. And look at this in here. Whoa, look at the roof. Or ceiling, should I say. Wow. Cold. The size of those huge stones. Imagine building this. Imagine the effort it would take, and the fitness levels and the strength. Because you didn't have diggers and mechanical lifting machines in them days. Not in medieval times. It's when men were men. Love the window. Check out the one next door. Did much the same, in all honesty. Not quite identical. What does fascinate me is the ceiling, the stone, the way it's laid. You would think, how on earth is that staying up there? But it is, thankfully. And all these were at one time. These little holes. Fabulous. Tars having the time of her life running around there, out there. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is looking very much like it probably was a kitchen area, but I could be totally and utterly wrong. Let's get down here now and have a look. A lot of moss on the wall. Same moss I've seen, actually. Whoa. Now, I don't think these are chimneys, actually. I thought this might be where cooking may have taken place. But judging by the fact there's no burn marks on the stone, and there's nowhere for the smoke to go, I don't know what was kept in there. But once again, this incredible roof. Ceiling. Keep calling it a roof, don't I? That's on the outside, I guess. Let's get down to the bright, beautiful sunshine again. It's a bit cold. cold when you're inside there. I should imagine it's a lot damp, but nevertheless, it's amazing to see. Plenty of places where you can take a little rest, sit down and enjoy the ambient beauty of the area, and the place itself. So a little wander around here because we have a bigger room. Look at the flooring in here. Look at the incredible architectural structure of this beauty. Wow. I'm sure you'd agree with me. This is quite a remarkable structure. They certainly knew how to construct buildings in medieval times, didn't they? This is Chapter House. And this large and impressive room is where the monks gathered each morning for a formal meeting. And the Chapter House was built during the abbacy of Abbot Ranulph, who was the head of the abbey from about 1155 to 1187. Magnificent. The monastery's abbots were buried here, though none of the slabs that once covered their tombs now survive. In the 1300, the floor had an elaborate tiled pavement. The tiles visible today were reset here in the 20th century. Okay. Looks almost Roman. Gorgeous. And there's a few carvings in the stone. It's probably sandstone, so it's quite easy to carve your name into it. Why do you want to do that? I don't know. Just prove that you can spell, maybe. This is the sort of place that I absolutely adore coming to and having a look around. I don't know much about the history, only on the placards which you see around. You can Google it, you'll probably find out an enormous amount of information about the place. A lot more than I can possibly tell you. There's Tara, waiting at the stairs. She's got her toy. And all she wants to do is play. Go on, Tara. All right, sweetheart. How are you doing, eh? You enjoying this? I think so. I said there's a gated off part where, unfortunately, there is a tomb. Or is that another abbey I've been to? What's this room, I wonder? Ooh. I don't know, it's very dark. Fortunately, I'm using the DJI Action 5 Pro, which is excellent in low light. And as you can see, it really is quite dark in here. And echoey. Another fine example of how ceilings used to be. Just stone. That's probably why it's cold and damp. It's just stone. And directly behind me, I've got Tara, who wants to know what the hell's going on and why I'm in here. Tara, what have you spotted? Eh? Where's your ball? There it is. Get your ball, Tara. Good girl. Let's enjoy a bit of sunshine, shall we? Little plaque. Let's go and see what that one says. This is gorgeous, isn't it? There's nobody around, so I might actually get the drone out, have a little fly. And why not? I don't know, maybe. More info, which is what we love. There's a more detailed map of the monastery as it once was. And right in the centre here was the cloister. It was an open space called the Garth, and around the edges of this were covered walkways providing access to the Abbey's principal buildings. And the monks were expected to spend a portion of each day reading in the cloister. Some 54 books from the Abbey survive, more than from any other English Cistercian monastery. I have trouble saying that, I really do. But you do have for a bottle of wine. Only joking, I've not had any wine yet. If I had, I wouldn't have driven here, that's for certain. A little bit steady underfoot. If you've seen them maps and read the information there, you'll probably know what this is. I don't, but it obviously did stand here at one time, with probably walls as large as the church part itself, which is quite spectacular. Beautiful area. I love walking around places like this. I'm going to visit a few more of these monasteries because I do find them absolutely fascinating. They certainly weren't poor people, were they? Living like this. God bless them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings the end of our little tour to an end. What did you think of the Abbey? Quite remarkable, I think. It's always nice to be in Shropshire because it's a beautiful part of our country. So with that, it's time for me, Pie Master Tara, to get back in the car and get off to the Flower Pot, our favourite pub. That's mine, Pie Master. Tara loves it there. So, we'll see you next time. We're out and about. Take care all. Goodbye.